Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. Happy day after solstice. Happy summer. We are absolutely blessed to be relocated to a beautiful, beautiful spot here in New Mexico. And to celebrate, I got another ESX. Got this on eBay for $325 shipped, and it is in like brand new condition. It's amazing. I've decided this time to pair it up with the RC 505 and do some live looping, and it's going to be amazing. But right now I got to get some samples into this beast. So let's open up Ableton. Now, if you're not using Ableton, I totally get it, right? Maybe you want to go completely DAW-less, but honestly, Ableton's stretch engine, what they call their warp engine, is one of the best time stretches available. And just for the simple task of hardware DAW-less preparation, right, of samples, just getting like Ableton Lite or Ableton Intro is absolutely worth it just for this task. If you don't have Ableton, you can use any DAW to do your time stretching, but man, I really use it a lot preparing my machines for DAW-less jamming. I have Ableton 9 Suite open. It's not even a newer version of Suite, but this computer doesn't get online, so I haven't upgraded it. I also don't have Ableton 10 yet because I just don't want to spend the money on it just yet. And honestly, I do use it for composition often, but I have it working just the way I want it. So I don't know that that upgrading is that important for me. I will do it eventually. Okay, so what I did is I threw together a few trap loops. Listen, can you hear that? All right, so what I'm going to do is to get these into the unit is I'm going to sample each one of these trap loops, which I made. And then I'm going to go to the MIDI information, and I'm going to basically take these instruments, and I'm going to record just one loop. Or rather one note that's close to what I'm playing. You see here I have an instrument rack, and it's got a couple of instruments in there. Now you see here I have a sausage fattener. A lot of people make fun of the sausage fattener, right? And I understand why. And it's not the be-all and end-all of mastering compressors, as some people have touted it as being. What it is actually is the saturation. Okay, and the saturation is important for many things. But what I use it for, I make it as transparent as possible so that you can't even really tell it's there. But let me show you what I mean. If I turn this sausage fattener off and I play here, hold on. I'm doing this with my left hand. Left-handed DAW jamming. If I play this track, look at the amount of fluctuation in the signal here, right? Well, it's a pretty solid signal, right? It's not that much fluctuation, but when I turn on the sausage fattener, what it does is it flattens it right out so that you get a much louder mix without a lot of artifacts from compression. Okay, so I'm going to take each individual notes. I'm going to record I'm going to sample one of the notes in C. And then I'm going to go to the Korg itself, and I'm going to sample them, right? But then in pattern mode, what I want to do is I want to make sure that the clock is on auto and that I'm MIDI'd right up to Ableton's sequencer. And I'm just going to arm record like that and start Ableton and record each track as pieces in my keyboard part. I'm going to use the auto sample feature for these notes. So what I want to do is set it to a low threshold and arm record ready. And it's waiting for input. So as soon as I hit one of these notes in Ableton, it will start sampling. Okay, it's ready. So as soon as I hit this, it's going to start sampling. Ready? Okay, so now I got these 4 synth notes. Listen. get these drum breaks. Okay, now I got the drum breaks, and what I did is I put all four breaks on one sample. So I'm just going to slice them apart and then truncate them and save them separately. Here, listen. Anyway, you probably can't hear them very well, but after I process them, we'll start working on the saving the MIDI data from that sequence. The length of this entire sample with the four breaks is 1126748. So divided by 4, that is 281687. So that's where the first that's where the first break between the first loop and the other 3 is going to be. So I'm going to go to the start position, and I'm going to look for that position. Okay, as you can see, I've set it to the start position to 281687, and it sounds perfect. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to truncate it and then write this to the next position. Then I'm going to go to 281687 and truncate it and set it to and write it to the third one and the fourth one and so on. Then I got to come back and trim off the ends. Okay, now I've got them all separated. Now to trim off the end, I just got to put the end position at 281688 and test it out. Once you've trimmed them and truncated them to delete extra space, the way to test them is just put the loop state at 0 and use the keyboard. So you won't be able to hear the loop if you use this one. But you can use the keyboard and it should loop perfectly. Nearly precision. You might want to dial it in a little bit, but this maths will save you so much time. Okay, now that all of these breaks are truncated properly, normalized, renamed, and written, it's time to slice them. So yeah, I'm going to, in sample mode, hold down Shift and go to pattern 13 and time slice them all to 16/64. Okay, I should have said 64/16. Anyway, right now, some of these bass notes, they're not in the right spot. So what you want to do is hold down Shift, and you can set and remove slice points before you finalize it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one. Anyway, yep, I'm going to go through these pages and fix these. Okay, so now I've put the drum pattern. I put one of the drum tracks on the slice part. Listen. Okay. Much louder now. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these synth notes on the keyboard parts, and then I'm going to use Ableton to record the MIDI data. Let me show you. First thing, keyboard part 1. Do I remember where these synth parts are? No, this is somebody else's. Oh, there they are. I named them $, so I remember 1. Let's hear. Oh, snap. Let's hear. I think that's good. And number 2, we'll go $2, which is okay. And now what I want to do, I want to make sure, see, my tempo here is 150, right? And the tempo of the Ableton track is 75. So I'm going to actually have to come in here and change this to 75. There's my calculator for the maths I showed you earlier. So I'm going to have to go in here and adjust these to play correctly at 150 BPMs. I'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed it. What you want to do, incidentally, just so you know, is you change the tempo to 150. Or whatever you want it to, and what you do is you use the this guy here, the loop the timing multiplier, divide or ×2 for timing. This is the one that makes it longer, right? Anyway, here's what I'm going to do next. Going to solo, well, no. I'm going to stop all clips, okay? And then I'm going to just fire off, well, let's see, I got this. Solo, okay, listen. Okay, so it's just giving me note information. And over here, what I'll do, let's see, I'll change this to MIDI channel. I guess it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because this is MIDI from. So this is going to send MIDI out on channel 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to set the channel here to 1. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go to the MIDI utility and have this guy accept note information. So let's see, shift 15. Oh, I can't quite reach it. Okay, it's shift 15. MIDI utility filter, yes. Blink. And right now it's just accepting clock. So I want to change this. Oh, there it is. So it's accepting clock and note information. Okay, so next thing you got to do, see this is playing, right? Sending note information, but nothing's playing. How come? Right? What it has to do with is that right now it's an Alchemy plugin, and what I need to do is switch it up for external instrument. And then I need to MIDI output this to my Steinberg. Oh, hear that? Now here, I'm going to change this to release rate. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, there it is. So here's what I'm going to do here. Oops. Get it armed ready for recording. And as you can see, it's writing the notes. I do want to wait till it makes a full cycle, or else I won't get them all. See? Okay. We're good. Now let's listen. Now I need to sweeten this up. But actually, let me do channel 2 first. Over here on channel 2, change this to an external instrument again. Steinberg. Oops. Channel 2. Right, now let's listen. And let's just record again. Okay, now I need to sweeten these up. So now you know how to do it. Don't worry about this crappy audio so far. I'm about to set the camera up on the tripod. I'm going to compose a huge track, and then I'm going to record just a few minutes of it so that you can see it. Everybody have a great summer. Be blessed. Send me an email. Actually, you know what? Go to the link in the description and fill out the email form, and I will make sure that you get immediate access to this pack, which I'm building now. And it's going to be, I don't know, I'll probably throw 25 original drum breaks in there for you, and some bass notes, and some synth notes, and some patterns, MIDI information that I'm creating in the manner that I showed you in this video. So everybody, yeah, stay tuned for the music, and it's going to be high quality, and be blessed.